That's fair. I am usually pretty good at those. I try and buy plenty of time for people to look at the map. For example, hello everyone. Welcome to game number 2 in our best of 3 series between Blues and Blackmagic. Interesting little game number 1 where Blues got off to a bit of a stumbling start, but Blackmagic going after the Geos compared to Blues wind turbines. Let Blues get power online very, very quickly. Easy win for him off all that cash. Philothanic is still here with us.
Hello, everyone.
Checking out the map. He's going to let us know how things are looking for this time. I got to say, it looks different.
It is different. So the big thing on this map is pretty much all of the water in the entire map is in the southwest side of the map, and everything else is nowhere near it.
Yeah, it's all just
two
hiding.
little water patches up here directly north of New Chicago. So 2 robots is kind of what I expect to see. Blackmagic founding as the first robot immediately gets up to HQ. 1 Blues deciding to... He wants all the water.
Yup. Gonna be another aluminum iron opening for Blues. Should work out better this time. Steel started at $30, I do believe.
Yes, Blues
So,
bought
nice,
up
cheap.
all of his steel, has a steel for the upgrade, just needs this aluminum to come in. He's throwing down a steel mill for good effect anyway.
Yeah, should be fine. He'll want that at HQ2 regardless. Looks like Blackmagic is buying up what iron he can before Blues shipments begin. This is a big downside to Blues opening. And he actually just scraps the steel mill. What you gonna do now, Blues? What you gonna do now? I honestly don't know what you do besides leave that steel mill there. What are you gonna do, Blues?
Go for some water, but water's dead. You made it dead. I
Yeah,
don't
you
know.
made
He
it
just
dead
needs to
already.
upgrade to HQ2 as fast as he can. He needs 1 more shipment of aluminum to come in.
You're gonna go back into the water again.
I mean, it's free except for the fuel debt, which is minuscule.
Alright, he has the
so-
upgrade.
Has the upgrade. Now can go into some water-based resources.
Yeah, could do that and could go into steel. I don't really like this decision, but okay.
I don't understand that decision.
Okay. I mean,
It's to deny.
The idea here is to deny, right? But
You
he's
let
way up here.
Blackmagic take that tile and you say, I'm going to keep your power offline and drive you into debt.
Yeah, especially with circuit overloads available. Like, I'm not at all worried about my opponent taking that particular water tile. And there's mutinies too, just in case. I mean, what I really would have loved to see out of Blues at HQ2 here was just he already had the medium water secure. Pretty easy at that point to just go double steel and something like double water or double farms, excuse me.
Double farm.
And you're kind of okay, right? Instead, this is happening. I mean, you could put down farms now. Maybe put down farms?
Meanwhile, Blackmagic is at HQ3 off of the more standard opening.
Yeah, doing this thing we call winning, usually.
The only downside for him right now is he is only producing steel, and the steel's really not making any money whatsoever. He does have 2 claims, and I imagine he's just waiting for this carbon shipment to come in so he can build a couple windmills.
Yeah, wind turbines look like the right call for him. Pretty straightforward. Go ahead, start making that power now. And it's going to be another geothermal. Well, he can get away with it this game.
Is available for auction.
There we go. 14,000 so far. Blues isn't going to be able to use that anytime soon, but he is going to grab it for 14,000 debt. He's not too bad yet, so could be okay.
No, but way to pick the geotherm the furthest away from your base possible, Blues.
Alright, this will help Blues out. Blues has managed to buy up about 100 of this silicon as it's shorting. That will make him a little bit more cash. And hopefully let him get back into this one. These reactors are also going to be doing decent work for him. He is the primary pressure on the fuel price, of course, but should still be okay.
He's at least making 100 fuel a second or so. Blackmagic being targeted by a circuit overload. Blackmagic going into double geotherm again.
But he can do it this game because Blues is just too far behind. And Blues doesn't have power up himself yet. That said, these do need to once again be defended. There's a really good argument this game for going for triple turbine in a line, defending it with one goon, and you're going to be set. With mutinies available, I'm very concerned about going for the potential double geo play.
Well, the obvious one's a goon is goon. Blackmagic also going into 2 wind turbines north of his base, just trying to diversify in power.
I like that he's done that. I mean, just getting plenty of power down in different places. Power is super important, up at $300 already. Managing to pull that in is going to be a really nice thing for him.
Blues does get to HQ3, is operating off of 3 mills, which are only making 17 a second, and also losing 88 apiece to power debt. And the electrolysis reactors are also losing 88 apiece to power debt.
And Blues isn't putting down...
He is putting down 1... Now, this time Blues is going for the double geotherm right next to each other.
He's already got his 1 geotherm online, so that's good. That's fortunate for him. He's got a mutiny ready to go. Spied out the 1 geo, noticed that wasn't going anywhere. So he chooses to simply take his opponent's wind turbine away after his own geo gets circuit overloaded.
Blackmagic has $10,000 in debt. Very soon will be making power money. Blues, on the other hand, still has $97,000 in debt to pay through.
Virtual reality. Not going to help.
Well,
for the moment.
No, Blackmagic is assuming, probably correctly, that this game should be over before virtual reality matters. If Blackmagic can keep his advantage. These mutinies on the wind turbines are not helping.
No, but they aren't hurting near as much as they could. I mean, Blackmagic, he's still quite positive in power because he's got his steel turned off and is doing basically nothing except making power, which is kind of fine when power's making this much money. I'd like to see him disable this elemental quarry. It's costing him 0.4 power a second, totally unnecessary. But other than that, you know, things are going pretty well for him because, let's be honest, these wind turbines aren't very good anyway.
No, they aren't. The only issue here is Blues is actually creeping up in the amount of money that he has and beats Blackmagic HQ4.
Making money is good, as it turns out.
Blackmagic,
just a small detail here.
Also at HQ4, right behind, moving into more wind turbines.
Ooh. Not sure about this. It could be okay. I mean, power is still pretty pricey, but it's on the way down. And he had to buy a goon to make this happen. I would have liked to see a mutiny, frankly. There's this problem where Blues is managing to recover a little bit from his debt situation. He's still in 92. Not all that comfortable, but not super uncomfortable either. And so Blackmagic had the opportunity to get aggressive with mutinies, circuit overloads, power surges, try and shut more of this Blues power down as a way to make more money on power, rather than trying to commit to his own power. And I think that might have been the better tool this game.
Instead, Blackmagic decides to power surge Blues farms, which is
good hit.
Understandable. They were making 150 for each.
Yeah, taking $450 away from your opponent per second, certainly a nice thing to do with 3,000 of your own dollars. Or 4.5 or however much it was. Steel mills coming back for Blackmagic.
Smartly rotating out of the steel mills from the overloaded tiles to the unoverloaded tiles. Switching into chemicals, which will make a nice 80. Well, with the power bonus, one makes 80, one will make 100 a second when they come online.
Sold.
Energy Vault for Blues should be okay. Not super concerned about it in a game where he already has 2 geotherms established, but, you know, getting that 5th unit of power really should make him solid for the duration of the game with that Energy Vault, so I'm sure he'll be happy to have it, especially for only $9,000 of debt. And Blues buying back into fuel, making sure that Black Magic's chems are not going to be comfortable. Black Magic now kind of feeling, I imagine, some of the pressure of his found location so far away from all this water. Well, that steel shortage is interesting. Black Magic will actually be able to use that pretty effectively. Gonna have a lot of cash on the back of this. More than Blues, but only by about 10,000. Not enough to actually threaten to win the game.
No, but what it does mean is Blues is going to have a difficult time upgrading to HQ5 as he currently needs just shy of 100k in steel and has no steel online. Plenty of iron flying through the sky, but no steel mills.
Yeah, he wanted to be making this fake food, which, while understandable, especially with power having gotten quite expensive, doesn't seem to be working out very well for it pushing to that upgrade. As you were saying, this steel is expensive, and as long as Black Magic keeps it there, he's going to be in a decent spot to get to the upgrade a little bit faster, see if he can keep an edge over Blues, because Blues has been keeping pace since HQ3, HQ4, and that's not a spot you want to be in as a robot.
No, Blues does freeze out 2 out of 3 of Black Magic's steel, double steel pairs, and moves into his own steel.
Oh, I don't completely mind this play from Black Magic, selling out of the steel to get into water, but Blues still does have quite a bit of water coming in. It kind of needed to be paired with a network virus. That's not what we're seeing right now. So Black Magic's kind of just sitting around losing money.
There's the network virus. The problem is one of Blue's water tiles, the medium water tile, is now unfrozen.
And that means that this isn't going to work out the way Black Magic wanted. I think he would have been in a better spot just holding onto that steel. Now Blues managed to get to the upgrade. This fancy play isn't quite working out just yet. And now the game is kind enough to auction off a Pleasure Dome for Blues so he can use his virtual reality.
Blues is going to move straight into 5 water pumps.
Congratulations.
That is a bit excessive. Blues maybe not. That's an interesting decision because Blues had the water that he needed to be okay as long as he left those farms offline for the moment. Also moving into an absolutely ridiculous amount of steel. Black Magic doing a decent job moving into fuel, trying to give him debt, but of course needs to upgrade. And we'll switch over to doing that instead. Oh, look at all this steel. Oh, power at $2. Alright then.
Both players at HQ5, which means Blues has the advantage in the number of tiles with that expansive bonus. However, he is shipping a lot all the way across the map. It doesn't seem to be a resource that Blues has decided to not long-distance ship.
Yeah, Blues is actually going to be up a truly insane number of tiles at this point. He got tile auction, he got the Pleasure Dome auction, and he founded second. So Blues should be up in total 7 tiles. 7 claims this game. That's just a little bit ridiculous if we're being honest. And you can see he's putting it to good work. Just going straight for the kill on Black Magic.
It's going to be close whether Black Magic can defend himself or Blues will go for the kill, as they are roughly equal. It looks like Blues is pulling in more money per second than Black Magic is.
Yeah, that does seem to be the case at this point. These farms really working overtime for Blues this game. Pulling in some great money that Black Magic, once again, never got access to. Blues now is easily going to sell out of his own stock, and he will be taking game number 2 and the series up against Black Magic. Nice victory for him. This game in particular, once again, looked to get off to a bit of a shaky start, but manages to pull it back around in the mid and later stages of the game to take that win.
Yeah, Black Magic just not quite able to vault himself into a commanding enough position with those power plays. Like you said at the time, maybe instead of buying the Goon, go mutiny one of Blue's geotherms or circuit overloaded or something like that, just to be a little bit more aggressive and gain more of the power money cash himself.
Yeah, the big thing about that to me was Blues, you can tell, he was in a lot of debt, 135,000 debt at the end of that game, right? But he just barely always stayed on the correct edge of that death spiral. He never completely fell into it. And when that's the case, a move like Black Magic's, where you move into a ton of power, can be really great for crashing out the price when your opponent's already in a significant amount of debt. But that hadn't quite happened yet. So if Black Magic makes the moves to sustain that price a little higher, he can make a little more money from it. His opponent can fall into just enough debt to tip him over the edge. Then you go for the crash. But not what we saw here. Just doesn't quite pan out, that power play for Black Magic, as you were saying. And Blue is on the back of those expansive advantages, just too many claims. Does end up taking the game. There's so many claims. I mean, let's be honest here.
There were a lot of claims.
But was it 3 auctioned off or 2? I think 2. Yeah, 2. 1 for the Pleasure Dome and 1 for the Geotherm auction. Ugh. An interesting game. That one was interesting. I was actually a little bit surprised that Blues managed to pull it out, I'll be honest. He was not looking to be in a good way at HQ2.
No, he wasn't. There's definitely room for Black Magic to win this game and tie up the series.
But it's so hard to beat Blues. Blues is an excellent player. HQ1 aside, this series, Blues is an excellent player. Extremely difficult to take down. So I can't say I'm surprised, I'll be honest. When we had that little straw poll up for who's going to be winning, I selected Blues. See if he can prove me right.